1010 podcast with me, your host Sanchez Payne, in association with UTM Studios. We are back again. This podcast, as you know, is created entirely by our guests. Who do we have today? Tell the people about yourself.
My name's Dre from Leeds, 25 years old, 25 years young, sorry. Yeah, man, I'm an entrepreneur. I've got an events company based in Leeds on a members only basis called Novell VIP. I'm also an entrepreneur in the e-commerce space. I also do day trading, cryptocurrency, you name it. Just a man of many talents.
Are you a man of talent when it comes to shuffling?
It's been a while, I can't lie. I haven't played poker in a minute. But yeah.
How are you feeling about your shuffle, Dre? This is your podcast.
Out of 10, I'd say a good 3.
Okay, that's a good
I'll be
pick.
honest.
I'm going to take that. 10, 10, we're going to get people's shuffle out of 10.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
questions now done by you. How are you feeling about how this is going to go?
I'm nervous. Sanny's going to put me on the spot, I can't lie. But yeah, cool. You want me to pick from the top or at random?
No, this is all me. As long as are you happy with your shuffle?
Right, one more time. We'll do it.
You're going to change
just
that,
one last time. Cool. I used to work in the casino, so yeah, I forgot the trade. But yeah, cool.
There we go. Oh, he's still getting slick with it.
That's a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's gone up now.
Yeah, man.
Let's do this. Number 1. What is your thoughts on cancel culture? As you know, it's a big thing nowadays.
Yeah, can't lie. Obviously, we live in a social media era where everything's just on the internet, everything's out there. You have to be very cautious with what you post on social media in terms of relating to political topics, financial topics, social welfare. I reckon cancel culture only exists only when you get to a certain level of clout or a certain level of following. I believe loads of people can post and write anything they want. There's people that write a lot of explicit stuff about certain topics and they don't get cancelled because not many people take them in as a social figure. But I feel like when it comes to public figures that have got a big following, it really depends on what you post and if it's in the guidelines of the social media. So it's a techie subject, but as long as you are strategic with social media and you know how to work it, you don't post what you know will get you cancelled, depending on what your goal is with social media, then it's one of them ones you have to have the right balance.
Yeah. It's tough for me. I really don't like cancel culture. I would love to bring back the days of communication. Let's have a conversation. We can agree to disagree. Or when given new information, you're allowed to change your views and perspective if given, irrefutable information. And I feel like with cancel culture, it's an easy scapegoat because you're offended. And I think just because you're offended doesn't mean what they're saying isn't right or doesn't mean it's not valid. And if you're offended, maybe that's just on you. Not all the time, but I also think if we're in a world where you're scared to say what you say or what you truly believe in because the whole mob of people who, today's newspapers, tomorrow's fish paper, they'll get someone cancelled and next day move on and that person's lives ruined. Bring back honest conversation, harsh truths, things you might not want to hear, but we can shake hands and be cool at the end of it. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, of course. Same time, I do think like the cancel culture itself, it could be a group of woke people that will pretend like...
I hate that people have taken that term from man.
Yeah, the woke people that they feel that they're entitled to... I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion at the same time, but to actually put down a person that's making a statement that's true and that's in comparison to people that are scared to put out something on social media, it's not really fair on the person. So I feel like if you are a sensitive person, you can directly message, like you said, communication. So the person that you find, whose posts you find offensive or anything like that, I feel like you should have that communication and talk with them directly rather than putting it out on social media separately, because it's like you're trying to gain attention out of something that you've seen that they've done wrong.
I also feel like there's overtly things that are just wrong and horrible. But when it comes to people's opinions, if I followed someone and they did a post that I didn't agree with, or but not necessarily wrong, but I just maybe wrong in my opinion, I just unfollow them. the fact that people will follow and then they will reply and they'll type and go, bro, this is how you made me feel. Then, bro, the unfollow button's there. I feel like it would be a much easier world if people actually just realise that their own anger and their entitlement doesn't manifest in the rest of the world.
No, of course. I feel like it's a thing where it's social media. It's not real. It's
Yeah.
on your phone. It's if you're allowing your energy to have this effect from a post, then you really
From an
need to
app.
from an app.
Crazy,
From an app
innit?
that's not real. That's we live in a metaverse. Do you know what I mean?
That's a whole new podcast right there. That's a whole new one. Go straight in. Number 2. How well would you get along with someone exactly like you? Your characteristics, not necessarily a twin, but doppelganger, someone that had your mindset. How well would you get on with them?
It's funny you say that because I feel like my younger brother, he's very much like me. Our birthdays are 3 days apart, and it's one of them things where I see the younger version of myself in him, and I feel like if I was to call him my twin, it's hard because now I see like the people that have opinions on what I do right and wrong. I might not see it because I'm me, but when I see it in my younger siblings,
You go, hey, hold on.
yeah, hold on. I'm sure I did this, but it's like it's triggering me, but at the same time I can't give that same reaction because I've received feedback from other people that this is what you've done wrong or this and that. So I'm like, okay, I have to be the adult and I have to be like, all right, it's hard to get along with you, but I'll tolerate you because I know you're mimicking what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So really and truly, it's kind of a feedback thing where you know, or if their behavior is reflecting on another person, if your behavior is reflecting on another person because of your influence, and you're seeing that it's wrong in your eyes, but it's kind of like a step forward for you to actually improve on your own behavior. So I feel like I would get along well with someone exactly like me, but at the same time, I'm a considerate person.
Yeah.
I can understand why I act the way I act, and if it's reflected in other people, if my behavior is reflected in another person, then I see what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right, and I'll take on the feedback, and I feel like from there I can improve. So I feel like it would be I can get along.
Yeah, you get along because you'd be understanding.
Yeah,
of each other's
understanding.
things.
More or less
I don't
understanding.
know how. Listen, I think the same way actually. Like that. Like, I feel like I am quite opinionated. I do, hold a lot of things in high regard when it comes to being knowledgeable and having conversations and stuff. And I like to think, even if I disagreed with someone who is like me, we'd have the ability to overcome it because we've both got the same mindset of, but let's talk it out. And then let's talk it out. And if someone told me something and then they had, again, irrefutable facts, I'm quick to go, oh, I hear it, you're right, no problem. Whereas a lot of people don't. They want to keep going. So if someone was just like me and then they were right one time, I'd be like, okay, you've proven it. Oh, say less. And same the other way. So I think I'd get on with me, I think.
There is perspective and there's perception. So perspective is you taking yourself out of your own shoes, putting yourself in other people's shoes and understanding how they think. Perception is more what you see from your own standpoint. So if you go through life through perception, then it's going to be very difficult for you and challenging. So I really try to look at things from a perspective side and perception, but perspective more or less because there's 8 billion of us. So do you know what I mean? You have to understand other human beings.
And you could be in the same building and have different views.
There you go, yeah.
2 questions in, how you feeling? Nerves gone a bit yet or what?
The heart's pumping, I can't lie.
Dre, you win a lifetime award for being you.
Yeah.
Who do you thank and why?
This is going to sound so selfish, but I think I'll thank myself. I'll be so real because it's...
You're on the podium.
Yeah.
Said, Dre, here's your lifetime award for being the man that you are.
Yeah. But I feel like, it's me. So it might sound self-centered, but at the same time, this is my journey. So really and truly, the main life decisions that I'm making are for myself. And it's good to get advice. And I feel like, your parents do give you advice, but your parents are old school. So I'd thank my parents on my behalf for my upbringing to an extent. But at the same time, I'm the one that got myself to this journey. It's my skills, my confidence, the ambition that would get me through this tough journey. So really and truly, I'd thank myself. But at the same time, it's not a thing where I'll be like, oh, it's just me. I'll bless everyone that's been part of my journey around me. So peers.
It's more, you'd be proud of yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more or less. But I wouldn't say like
I'm the best. I'm
the best, I'm this and
It's
that.
just
No,
like,
I'll be
yo,
humble with it, but at the same
I've worked
time,
hard.
yeah,
I've applied myself. All that kind of stuff.
I've overcome the hardships.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
overdone this and that. But it's like that lifetime award. For me, it's just going to be like, what's next? Because I'm not really a complacent person. So I'll
Okay.
be like I need to go on to the next thing. Like life doesn't just stop there.
So the thanks itself will be short and sweet because it's like, right, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I
on
need
the
to crack on
anyway.
next. Yeah, I need to crack on next. I can't be in the cave getting meat fed to me every day. I have to go out and hunt. Do you know what I mean? That kind of concept.
That might have to be a t-shirt setting. That was a bar right there. Oh, what are your top 3 meals? So it could be like cuisine,
All right.
meals.
Top 3
If
meals.
you have to eat them
I
every
think
day, go on.
I think my top 3. So it has to be pad thai with prawns and octopus.
Yeah,
Then curry goat rice and peas.
nice.
And the third one. You know what? I like a risotto and chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pad Thai, curry goat risotto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just talk a little bit about the pad Thai because
Go
you're
on.
someone who's very international. You've been traveling recently. I'm guessing, is that a reason why?
No, I've been into Thai food from young. I've always ate it. I've always, from young, my parents used to take me to Thai food spots like there's Chow Fryer, there's Zap. You know, I've always eaten them spots. I like Thai food from young. It's just one of them tastes that I just like. And then I've been Thailand recently, and I've got more of a traditional taste for their food. So it did
Is it
differentiate.
different as well over there?
It does differentiate a bit, yeah. Like the way they cook it here is different to there. It's more on the street, out in the blue, right in front of you. And I feel like the time that we wait for the food here in restaurants, they'll do that in 2 minutes and it'll taste better in front of you.
It's super fresh.
Super fresh.
What actually?
And it's super cheap.
So top 3 meals.
Yeah.
You have to keep one.
Yeah.
They can have as much as you want. Limit one and delete one. Pad Thai, curry goat, risotto and chicken.
I'll delete the risotto.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so you can never have risotto and chicken again.
Nah.
Okay. So one of them you can have unlimited, and the other one you have to have.
All right. I'll limit.
Often.
I'll limit the curry goat rice and peas.
Yeah, that's a once in a while thing.
It's tough, but it's gonna have to do. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And then I'll have pad thai for like
stressing myself.
I know.
So fast the curry goat. And then what's the pad thai? But the one that I can't
Every
not
day.
have my. Yeah, could easily have it every day.
Every day, bro.
Say less.
I'd never get bored of it. I swear down.
Okay. Dre, in what ways would you say that you are privileged?
Well, if we look at it, we live on the western side of society. We live in the UK. Might look like it's underprivileged, but we've got a healthcare system. We've got the benefit system. I'm not saying I claim benefits. I'm a working man, but I'm privileged that I live in a nuclear family. Like my parents are together under one household, so I've lived in that kind of sense of a group belonging somewhere. I've been raised around work, like people that work hard, that the forefront of their life is just working hard and achieving something and just moving on to the next, so not staying complacent. So I'd say I'm privileged with just that wanting better for yourself, just always elevating, always looking for better in your situation, better in the situation of people around you, just that care of not just keeping everything to yourself with what you gain, but always spreading the love. If you spread that good energy and positiveness, like everyone's going to be on that same wave around yourself. And if you build a community around that good vibes and good energy, then together you keep growing.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
I really love that question because a lot of times there's a saying that say privilege is invisible to those who have it, and a lot of times people don't see how they're privileged. And I think that's a really good question. And you give us way more than one, so that's really good. That not only are you privileged, which is a blessing, but when you can see them, you are more receptive and you are more appreciative as well.
Yeah, it's a thing where I've lived I'd say I'd lived 2 different lives because I moved over here when I was 6. So I lived a life in the eastern side of the world in Russia. So I've seen 2 separate perspectives of life. And where I lived compared to where I live now, it's like the quality of life is better here, even though people complain, whatever. But say when I travel to other places, either in Southeast Asia or I've just been to the Dominican Republic, I'm seeing how deprived people are, but they're still happy. So that kind
with
of
less.
with less, and that's just made me feel like we've got it really good here, and we're still complaining. Do you know what I mean? So it's more a thing where I had to be more grateful for what I've got, because we actually got more than what a lot of people don't have or wish they could have.
Perspective of perception. Halfway through the 1010 podcast, how are you feeling?
Yo, you got my heart beating.
Yeah. You good though, right?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man.
Let's do this. What is a common trait shared by everyone that you have dated?
He knew what he was doing there. A common trait. What? A common trait as in...
So let's say you had 5 girlfriends.
Yeah.
What is something, a string that went through all of them? Maybe a looks, maybe they all had a nice smile, maybe they all had a kind heart, maybe they all were shaped a certain way, maybe they all...
I mean, yeah, they're all shaped nice. It's more, I'd say culture.
Okay.
We've got they all bring a different kind of sense of culture to me. Sorry.
Yeah.
So like they make me understand their perception of life, I guess, and like how their upbringing is. At the same time, it's like they're all pretty, innit? They're all pretty. They're all good, man. They're like nowadays, at this age anyway, when it comes to dating, they care about stability and they care about the future. So whereas before, I feel like that wasn't at the forefront of most people. It was more about lifestyle, goals. I think now the whole concept of goals is to actually build together. So everyone that I've dated in the past, they've always had that mindset of building together and actually becoming something, as in not just like marriage and that, but I'm just saying like building a foundation.
So pretty, cultured, and founded. That's not a bad not a bad line up there.
The way you summarized it made sense.
Yeah, nice. What was your best subject in high school? Let's say maybe what was you best at, and then what was your favorite, because they could be different.
Yeah, I was best at philosophy and ethics.
Okay.
Yeah, I was good at my religious studies.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I used to go to church from young. I'm still a believer, but I just stopped going to church. But I feel like with philosophy and ethics, you understood human behavior within religion. And it wasn't just religion, it was more like there was psychology involved in it, but it's more about the whole us as human beings, that we should always focus on the betterment of everyone. So it was more like a thing where I've learned from young about, like we said, perception and perspective. So I felt like I aced it, A-stars in it. I was writing out essays. I knew what I was talking about, even though I thought I was blabbing on about stuff, but I was really engaged in the subject. There was Sigmund Freud that I was learning about. He was talking about how the betterment of the great. So if you better the larger audience, it's better than just pleasuring the oneself or the minimum audience. So you always have to focus on bettering the quantity of people. Quality and quantity goes in place with his with his philosophy, but it's more about you have to focus on the bigger picture of helping a wide range of people, the human race.
Philosophy and ethics, giving you life lessons.
Yeah.
Tell us what you're best at.
Yeah.
Is that the same as your favourite?
Nah.
What did you enjoy the most?
PE.
Yeah, physical education.
Every day.
Getting out there.
Getting stuck in football, basketball,
Yeah.
you name it. Tennis. I loved it all, me. I just love sport.
I mean, to me, that makes quite a well-rounded person, to be physical and ethical. Again, look how we're just summarising everything on this podcast.
Know, man.
I love it.
Too good, man.
Dre, what is... We're diving into a relationship here. What is one thing your exes... Oh, honestly, that's quite nice. What is one thing your exes probably miss about you?
Miss about me.
Let's keep it PG.
All right. I mean, they miss the it's hard. I can't say lifestyle because that sounds like I'm bragging, but like I treat my missus like I will go out to places on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I'd say showing the finer things of life because I know it's like it's tough for people because some people can't provide for other people. But I feel like for me, I always wanted to be a provider. I feel like they miss the provider in me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is. Just providing for them, always showing them new
Experiences.
new knowledge as well. Just the
Okay.
stuff we talk about, could just be generic, but it could be like deep stuff about life, finances, stuff like
See,
that.
for me, again, that doesn't come brag at all because you have to. I think this is what a lot of people get misconstrued about men and women, how they show love and loyalty. Women show loyalty by being loyal and being conservative and being for their man and, being private. Men show it by stuff like this. We're taking control. We're going to make sure you're sorted, make sure you're patterned. We're going to think about things that are going to invigorate your mindset. We're going to show you new things. We're going to bring you out of your shell. We're going to give you memories for life. And that's the difference between men and women.
Yeah, because that's what it is. I feel like with every relationship that you go in, you need to set a bar, a standard. So you know that as long as they like it or if they're surprised by it, you already know you've got them in a place where they know it's going to be difficult to find something else because people move on really quickly and people jump from relationship to relationship.
Day and age,
in our generation especially.
Options.
There you go. But if you can show them that perspective of I'm going to take you out here, we'll fly out here. But obviously it comes in line with if you show me your loyalty, the respect, we have that mutual trust, and I can see you more than just a girlfriend, but as a friend at the same time.
Yeah.
Then I feel like
you love me for me and all that good stuff.
So
for me, all that is substance because why wouldn't you want to protect something that you love? Why wouldn't you want to, invest in someone that you love? And that's literally what it is. So that's what the ladies right now are just thinking. I think, oh man.
I missed out, man. I missed the bag, man.
Missed the bag. Don't fumble the bag.
Don't fumble it.
What is an underrated quality you find attractive in a person?
In just a person or just...
Let's go both because a few of them have been, in relationships and but let's say as in a person as a friend and then let's say in a partner. Okay. Let's go friend or person first.
So what's underrated? What's the underrated? All right, cool. I mean, what's underrated is the nerdy people, the geeks that are very like they might be socially awkward or whatever, but because I like talking about not weird stuff, but like you talk about the actual bigger picture.
Yeah, not the surface level
not
stuff.
The surface
you want to
level.
talk.
That stuff that if they talk about it, other people might be like, "Oh, hold on, you're weird." So there's people that I feel like have got a lot of knowledge in finance because I'm always into finance. I'm always researching that kind of stuff, and the people that I talk to might not be them people that you might see on a night out or you might see just in any social place. They're very like closed in people and they feel socially awkward, but at the same time I find it fun talking to them because they're actually smart. They're geniuses if you really think about it. So that's one quality. The nerdy, geeky people.
Depth.
The depth, them people, them computer hackers, all of that stuff, the big glasses, CX workers like that. That kind of image.
I'm the same. I love it because it's that age-old thing. It's quite stereotypical and it's probably a better way to say it, but it's like, all the nerds get laughed at until your laptop's broken. And it's like, I remember watching like all the Saved by the Bells and all that stuff, and it wasn't until homework needs doing, it's like now they're the man. Or it's like back then they weren't rated, and now these are the CEOs of multi-million-dollar companies because they've been. Yeah, so I hear it.
The Elon Musks.
What? Let's go for relationships then. What's an underrated quality that you find attractive in a partner?
I find attractive. I would say unexpected reassurance. So where like we could just be talking, whatever, and it's not a thing where like I'm crazy and I'm asking like who you talking to, or who's on your phone. They're like they'll just send me a screenshot or something or he's tried to pop up to me just randomly. I'm not asking for it. We could just be having a generic conversation. They'll just send me that, and I'm like, I'll tell them you don't have to send me that. Like I trust you, but in the back of my head, I'm like, I like this. This is quality.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think that it's underrated. I think nowadays where people think you can have access to be anything, that's why humility is so important. It's underrated because it goes over people's heads that in a day and age where you can post whatever you want, people are getting, glorified for showing off their skin, and that's more power to you. And talking to everyone, you've got access to everyone. but you're actually actively proving that you're just here for me, you're getting 1,000,000 brownie points. That humility, that humbleness, that knowing that I feel like you can go anywhere in the world and you're gonna have my back and respect me, knowing that I'm not getting played behind my back. Massively underrated, massively attractive.
Yeah, I love it. It's one of them qualities where not many girls actually possess. I'll be real. They can put that out there on social media to the public that they're like this, but really and truly, when you get to know them, they're not like that. They're very secretive. No one.
It's a bit like, to be special nowadays is to be basic, and by that it's just like just the basic qualities of just being
Traditional
calm,
values.
traditional, chilled, whatever. That's now rare.
Like it changed. The tables have changed a
It
lot.
has.
It used to be looked down upon. It used to be all that city girl stuff, whatever. But now it's like when you go back to the basics of tradition of, or he's my provider, I'm his protector, whatever. I'm gonna let him know that he's for me and I'm for him each time, even if he doesn't ask for it.
Yeah.
That just shows that she's willingly being submissive to you. So that makes you feel more empowered as a man.
Yeah, definitely. Because they're thinking, I'm going to do this without any... There's nothing better than someone doing something without being prompted. If you feel like you have to prompt someone to do it, it just takes the whole gusto out of it. So,
and it shows insecurity at the same time. So it's like you want to... I want to know, but really and truly, it's more like a thing where I want to know something bad to hurt my ego even more, because some people do have that. I mean, I've even had that in the past where I just wanted to know, but it was like a thing where I had to change that side of myself. Do you know what I mean?
Fair. It's a final question, man. How you feeling? You ready to roll?
Yeah, man. Last one. Let's get it.
What is one phrase you wish you could ban from everyone's vocabulary?
Oh, there's so many.
Be wiped out like a Spider-Man where everyone just forgets. Zoom.
One phrase.
God.
I've heard it too many times this year. Ski. That is the one phrase I've had enough of now.
She just got voted. I'm sure it was Rap Song of the Year. Actually.
Yeah. Rolling Stones.
Oh, wow.
Stones nominated her.
I mean, listen, banging tune.
Yeah.
I'm a vibe to it every time it comes on. It's a banger.
But when
we'll hear it at Nouvelle.
Yeah, of course, man. We're gonna hear it at Nouvelle.
But
when you talk, because I just came back from on holiday, right?
Yeah.
And the American females that are there, they're speaking, and then they're like at the end of a sentence, ski.
Oh, really?
I was like,
because that's not really over here in the UK.
No, it's not over here.
So that's part of normal vocab.
And I feel like we take a lot of influence from America.
So it might be coming.
It's gonna be coming
here. If I'm saying, hey, you having a good night? Yeah, we're with my girls.
This is what I'm saying. Like it used to be that period. I don't mind period. Period is alright.
And that's on period.
Yeah, that's alright. But if you say ski, nah.
And I listen, City Girl, that Ratchet Girl thing, it looks like you're having a great time, all good. But again, if we're looking to settle down and that, and then you're coming up with hella skis when we're out for a nice fancy meal, that's not necessarily the most attractive.
I swear to God.
So ski is out.
No more, please.
In the club, cool. In generic conversation, allow it.
Please, girls, don't do it.
Ski. Dre, 10 questions up, 10 questions down. You absolutely smashed it on the 10-10 podcast. How you feeling? How was it?
I can't lie. I've been put on a pressure point. It's like a hot seat. So
you smashed it though?
Yeah. No, I'm happy with it. I feel like I didn't have the right words for some things, but I just came up with it. But I'm happy with the questions. Yeah, I'm happy with my answers as well.
I'm happy that you're here. Yeah. This camera, let the people know who you are, what you've got going on, your socials.
Yeah, my name's Dre. I'm from Leeds. Follow me at dre.lds. I run an events company, members only, Nouvelle VIP. We've got an event coming on the 31st of December for New Year's, Ngala Chapter 4. I hope to see you there. And the 10K Club's going to be there as well. You know what we're saying? Top tier night, top tier life. Follow my clothing line, Chopper Tire, on Instagram. And yeah, man, hopefully you're going to hear more from me.
Love that. Jeez. Yeah, well done.
Wait, you might have to cut that off at the end. I tried to fist bump you and you aired me.
No, yeah. But once you've done that,
it'll
wind up.
I did that and then he aired me.
Oh, sorry.